Thank you. In 1974, I was working in what I thought was a very secure job, working for someone who I thought was a very good friend, and working in a job that I thought would last for a lifetime. I was still carrying a full load at the University of Utah, working a full schedule, and working an average of 60 hours a week. As I worked, my boss gave me more and more responsibility, and I loved it. But the day that I told him that eventually, and I stress eventually, I wanted to start my own company, he fired me on the spot. So with a new wife, a new house, and child on the way, I did what I always wanted to do, and that was start my own business. I was successful in starting... Stop. Thank you. In 1974, I was working for Amfac. In 1974, I was working for a good friend, a friend that I'd known for a long time. I was still going to school at the University of Utah and carrying a full schedule. I worked an average of 60 hours a week. As I worked for my boss, he gave me more and more responsibilities, and I loved it. As I worked, one day I told him that eventually, and I stress eventually, I wanted to own my own company and be my own boss. He fired me on the spot. I was telling him that I wanted to be just like him, but he didn't want to listen to that. He wanted to be his employee forever. So with a new wife, a child on the way, a brand new house, I was forced to do what I was always wanting to do, and that was to start my own company.
I was at a funeral home or whatnot over the space of a year. The profits would be over $1 million is what I calculated.
How long does it take to make a box?
I don't know.
How long do you think it would take? 10 minutes, hour?
I haven't made one yet, but looking at, it's just really a pretty basic 4 sides, maybe 1 divider in the middle with a plastic or glass front. I've done some woodworking. I would imagine I could make one if I focus on it in 2 to 3 hours. Make a first one in that amount of time.
Once this thing's jigged up, you could make a bunch.
Once it's jigged up, I could make a lot quickly.
Okay. So help me with the numbers again.
I just did some small calculations. So if